What's up YouTube? It's Brian here, and today I am going to be talking about something that I think is so important no matter who you are, no matter what you do, and that's how to be more confident in yourself. A lot of you guys who have been here for a long time know that I used to make a ton of advice videos. And to be honest, I kind of miss doing it. I think there's something gratifying about sharing my 2 cents on things and how I deal with things that make me feel better or that help me that I can share with you guys. And if I ever am able to give you something, some form of advice, or just say something that maybe hits home for you, it makes me feel really good. And I read a lot of your guys' comments, and a lot of times your comments ask for advice on so many different things. So I might start doing some more advice type videos, giving my opinion on how I deal with things and things of that sort. So if that's something you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments. I read them, and I would very much value any opinion you have. And before we get into the video, I've been talking about this in every single video recently, but I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram account. We're trying to hit 85,000 followers on Instagram. Once we do, I'm gonna be giving away some merch. And if we hit 100,000 followers on Instagram, I'm gonna be giving away a pair of AirPods. So all you gotta do is go follow me on Instagram at Brian Redmon, link down below. Go follow me, tell me this video sent you, and once we hit those milestones, we'll be doing some giveaways. With that being said, here are my steps on how I believe you can become more confident. Obviously, I don't think I really need to tell you guys why I think being confident is important, but the more confident you are, the more areas of your life are gonna succeed. You're gonna feel better about how you approach school or work or your career or your friendships, your relationships, everything. The more confident you feel about yourself and your abilities, the more successful you're gonna be. I think it's also important to note that everyone deals with confidence issues. Like, everyone. I think there's sometimes a misconception that people that have their shit together don't feel anxiety or don't question themselves. And the truth is everyone does. In some way is kind of reassuring to know that you're not alone, which is my first thing I want to say when it comes to dealing with confidence, is to know that you're not the only person in the world who doesn't always feel confident or doesn't feel great about themselves in every way. Everyone has insecurities. Everyone has things they deal with and they struggle with. And that's part of human nature, but it's good to remember that, because sometimes if you're like me, when you really get down or you just are in the worst place possible, it's hard to remember that. And you feel like you wish so badly you could be in someone else's shoes, or look a little better, or have a little bit more talent, or be smarter, or whatever it is. But it is important to remember that this is something that everyone deals with. I don't care who you are. People deal with their own battles. But obviously, knowing that other people have insecurities or sometimes don't feel as confident as they would like to be isn't gonna just make you feel more confident. It's just good to know, to make you know that you're not alone on feeling not confident. So you do wanna do some proactive things that I find are very helpful for myself if I'm ever in a down place or I'm not feeling great about myself. These are some things that I try to do and force myself to do that tend to get me out of a rut and just make me feel better about myself, and kind of one thing leads into the next. So the first thing for me that I find is my go-to thing when it comes to just feeling good about myself, if I'm not feeling confident, or if I'm trying to just get more productive and I'm feeling like I don't know what I want to do, I don't know where my life's going. And something that I have found is the more I take care of my physical body, the more my mental health improves, and vice versa. I think physical and mental health are extremely correlated. I think if you're taking care of your physical body, you're gonna feel good mentally about what you're doing. I think stress, anxiety, and if you're not in a good place mentally, is going to have a lot of harmful effects on your physical body. Just like eating unhealthy or using drugs can cause major health problems, I think stress, anxiety, lack of sleep, things of that sort can have just as much of an impact. So I think it's equally important to take care both of your physical and mental health. However, I have found in my life, if I'm really not in a good place or I'm not feeling my best, if I can get on a consistent working out schedule and eat healthy, as healthy as I can, at least where I feel like I'm taking care of my body in a way that I should, I just feel mentally so much better. Because every day I wake up, if I go to the gym, once I come back home, if I've got up early and I've gone and got a good sweat in and I worked out, I come back, get cleaned up, have some good food, no matter what else I do that day, I feel like, okay, I took care of my physical body today. And that just mentally helps me so much. On that note, I haven't really done a lot of health and fitness stuff on my channel. I'm interested in kind of getting into that because it is something that's very important to me. So if that's some things that you guys would be interested in hearing about or seeing or like learning about, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to do more videos about stuff like that. So another thing that I've learned about myself is if I ever feel like I'm not being productive or even feel like I don't have a purpose or know what I want to be doing, it just messes me up. Sometimes knowing your purpose is easy in life. Like, a really great thing about being in school, regardless if you're in high school, if you're in college or whatever, is right then at that point in your life, you know your goal is to finish school, to get a diploma, to get your degree. Once you're done with school, or if you're working, you have to distinguish between what's a job and what's a career, and what do you want from a career, and what satisfies you, and what's the most important thing you hope to get from a career. And adulting's stressful if you're catching my vibe. Something that has been extremely helpful for me is I try and prioritize the things that I find most important in my life. So for me, for example, I'll always say like, family's number one. Like I always need to like keep that present in my life. And then I put my career number two, and I work on what am I doing with my career, and then I break that into even like smaller segments of like, what does my career consist of? For me, I might say, okay, I have YouTube here, but I'm trying to work towards this as I'm getting older, or what kind of content am I doing? Am I going to do this, do that? But for some people, it's different. Some people may say, well, I'm working a job right now at Starbucks, but maybe that's not what I want to do forever, but this is my right now job, but this is the goal I'm trying to strive to. So this is just a stepping stone to get there. So I think the more you can try and organize and like mentally come to terms with where you're at and where you're trying to go, the easier it'll be to accomplish those things. You have to understand what it is you're trying to do. But by breaking up your life into like buckets, as my dad would say, he always tells me this kind of stuff, and you say, here's my career and school life, here's my social life, here's my physical and mental health part of me. If you kind of separate things and you say, I need to give this more attention, this less attention, you're able to make adjustments and to make a schedule that allows you to make sure you're giving the right areas of your life the right amount of time and attention. And that's really important for me because I make my own schedule. Obviously, being a YouTuber, it's not the norm. So I have to be like, okay, well, here's what I have to do for my career. Like, what do I need to do and when can I do it? Okay, I've done that. I need to take care of my body. So when am I doing that? And then I start making my own schedule. And as soon as you kind of feel like you're working towards something and you're taking care of the things you believe are the most important things, by the way, you have to choose what's most important. No one else can tell you. Like, you have to decide what's most important for yourself. But if you start taking care of those things, you're just gonna feel so good. Another thing that I think is important, and this is super general when it comes to self-confidence, is to force yourself to try new things and to put yourself out there. It seems really hard for me to be like, yeah, if you're not feeling confident, put yourself in situations that require confidence. But it really helps. I'm gonna use dating as an example. Have you ever been out somewhere and you've seen someone that you thought was attractive, or you talked to someone and you met someone that you were like, I kind of want to ask this person out, and then you don't? You chicken out. You're like, maybe they aren't interested. Maybe they say no. Maybe they have a boyfriend. Maybe they have a girlfriend. And you leave that situation, that one moment that you'll never have again because you were afraid to try. And who knows what would have come from that moment. And maybe they say no, maybe they reject you, whatever. But like, the more times in your life that you take a chance and you just go for it in that moment, you ask someone out, you go to an event that you don't know anyone at, you attend a new club at school, like, the more times you do that, the more likely you are to find something that may have significant value in your life. And it's hard when you're not feeling great about yourself, but it's a great way to start feeling better about yourself because you'll prove to yourself you can do it. And as soon as you believe you can do something, then you start to believe you can do this thing and then that thing. And then one thing kind of just builds on the next thing, and it's hard, but it's super helpful. Obviously, how you look and how you dress and your physical appearance isn't the most important thing in life, and it shouldn't be. However, I would be lying if I were to say if I feel like I look good on a day, that it doesn't affect my confidence, because it does. Working out, eating healthy is a great way to start. That would be my number one thing for sure. But then beyond that, you should feel pride about how you present yourself. I used to be so self-conscious in high school about dressing the way I wanted to dress, because where I'm from in Ohio, like, it was weird if guys guys try to dress nice, but I always wanted to. I always wanted to look good. But if you find clothes and styles that fit you, and you have to figure out what makes sense for you, right? Like something that I wear, maybe Tom wouldn't wear. Like here's a great example. I would just use in that really quickly. I'm tall and lanky. I'm kind of wide, like a wider build. Like my hips are very wide. So if I were to wear straight jeans, they look baggier on me than most people. Whereas someone who's maybe shorter may have the opposite problem. If they're wearing skinny jeans, they're too tight. Right? They're too tight and they have a small waist where they may want to wear straight normal jeans. Everyone's body build is different, and you can find styles and outfits that fit your body type and complement your body type. And I hate to break it to you, but I'm going to break it to you. You're never going to feel 1000% about how your body is, and you're going to wish you could change things. But the good news is you can do some things to change how you look. You can eat healthy. You can try to lose weight. You can try to gain weight. You can try to gain muscle. You know, you can do those things, but there's certain things you're not going to be able to change. You're never going to be fully happy, but what you can do is you can work towards goals, and in the meantime, dress in styles that complement your physique. And you can find that out. There's ways to do that, and you know your body, and you know what you look good in and what works for you. You know, another thing I think is taking care of things like your hair. Like I'm just a big hair person, and like I used to not know how to style my hair. Granted, I'm having a bad hair day, so it's kind of a bad time for me to talk about this, but you know, the more things you do to take care of how you look, the better you present yourself, the better you're gonna feel about yourself. And lastly, I think this one is important but hard, and that is if you're ever having a day where you're not liking something about yourself. It could be a physical thing, it could be a trait, it could be something you're not doing, it could be something you are doing. Maybe it's a bad habit you have or whatever it is. I think it's helpful to make note of it, like to note down what is it that you don't like. But at the same time, whenever I'm in that mood, I make myself think of things that I like about myself. Because I think going all in about trying to fix everything is not the right approach, and I think neglecting it is not the right approach. I think there's a balance. Finding that balance is tricky, and sometimes when you're down, the last thing you want to do is admit to yourself what you're down about, but that's how you get better. And I just think it helps to also note the positive things that you already feel good about yourself, because I'm sure there's a lot of great things about yourself. It sucks sometimes when you're in that state of mind where you're like, I'm just not feeling it. Nothing seems good, and you just feel like shit, and it's the worst. But everyone deals with it. Everyone has confidence issues from time to time, and that's part of human nature. But there are things you can do that I think really do help, and those were just some of the things I have found to be very helpful for me. So to sum this all up, my ending statement would be confidence equals success, and success equals confidence. They're correlated. The more confident you are, the more likely you are to have success. And also, just to state this, once you start having success, you feel more confident. And I think you could understand why that is. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I just kind of felt a calling to make it because I think if there was one thing to start on when improving myself, confidence is what comes to mind. And these are things that I do. These are things that I do when I'm feeling down, because trust me, I have those moments. So try it out, see if it helps you. Let me know if it does. If you have other tips for other people who are watching that work for you, please share, because that's what this is about. Like, as I'm getting older, I think I'm starting to want to change my platform into place to help one another. I don't know what I just laughed there for. I think because I was trying to say help each other, and I said, I don't know. But I want to use my platform as a place to help you guys, and you guys help me. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the video. Also, go follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. It would mean a lot to me, and you can enter the giveaway. And of course, subscribe to the channel for new videos every single week. And until next time, keep it real, banana peels. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!